Hello girls, today I'm finally going to redo my nails because they are in desperate need of a touch-up. Here I applied a simple builder gel overlay to my natural nails and I was quite skeptical about how it would hold up. To my surprise, it's been a month and a week and the overlay is still going strong. The only chip I have is on my thumb, and that's because I decided to rearrange things in the fridge and accidentally left a piece of my nail behind. Today, we're going to create a very interesting manicure with a 3D design, but it's not going to be on the outside of the nail. We'll be doing it inside the nail, and we'll be doing this on a natural nail. I really don't enjoy removing my own nail overlays because it feels like the first time every time. My hands shake and the electric file seems disobedient as if I'm using it for the first time. This is my least favorite part. Moving on, we're going to do a combo manicure following the standard procedure. Why was I skeptical about this overlay? Well, because it was done in a hurry. I was starting driving school and I needed to do something with my nails at least. The only downside to this overlay was that the gel was quite thick. But I found a way to fix it. I simply warmed up the gel and it became like a slightly thick base gel but worked really well with the brush. So, that's a pretty handy life hack. For those who didn't know about it, now you do. Now, a bit about the design we'll be doing. Remember how we made the 3D rose? Well, the principle will be somewhat similar, but the structure is different and it looks very unusual. Please leave a comment on how you like it. The only thing I was unsure about was that my nails are short and I didn't want to extend them. I wondered if this design would look good on short nails. But because it's not too bright, it looks quite nice even on short nails. So, this is one of the few designs suitable for short nails. We've already trimmed the cuticles, so let's move on to nail preparation and application. We thoroughly degrease the nail, apply the dehydrator and then the primer. The dehydrator helps remove excess moisture and you can apply it to the skin. However, you shouldn't do this with the primer. We apply the primer with a semi-dry brush on the nail plate and of course we give it about 30 seconds to evaporate. Now, let's talk about base coats. Currently, I only have liquid base coats in my arsenal and I'm quite accustomed to working with them. Liquid base coats penetrate between the nail scales faster, providing excellent adhesion. Since the layer is thin, you can work on all the nails at once, but it depends on your preference. I cured this thin layer for 30 seconds, which has always been sufficient for me without any issues. After curing, I removed the dispersion layer because we'll be working with gel next. In terms of consistency, it's a bit more liquid than typical gel, but it didn't hinder my work. I'm using the technique called botic to strengthen my index, thumb, and pinky fingers because I want those nails to grow a bit. As for my middle and ring fingers, they'll be strengthened with the design. Oh, I just realized that this is a very convenient design that combines both strengthening and restoring the shape. Perfect! Just what I needed! After building and curing, I proceed with the leveling using the same gel. I apply a thin layer to the nail, place a drop near the cuticle, and then spread it evenly. After that, it goes into the lamp. The main color I chose is this cool dark green shade. I really liked it. Those who know me as a fan of nude shades might be surprised. But let me tell you a secret. It's not me. It's all my pregnancy and my tastes have changed significantly. So, I've shared my secret with you. This color goes on perfectly in one coat and I absolutely enjoyed applying it. It cures in the lamp for the standard 60 seconds. After that, I cap the nails, cure them, and remove the dispersion layer so that it doesn't interfere. Moving on to the design. I'll be working with polygel, and for the first layer, I apply a drop and shape it with a brush into an arbitrary form. Don't forget to smooth the material completely near the cuticle area, and of course, we leave some height for a 3D effect. Cure it in the lamp, and then I paint the edges of this piece with the green color, extending it onto the nail itself. For the next layer of polygel, I use a color that nicely allows the green to show through. And again, cure it. Now, repeat the process once more. You can create absolutely arbitrary shapes, which is really cool because you never know what kind of design will come out. And that's the uniqueness of it. In the end, you'll have a wow effect. If you recall how we made the 3D rose, I have a video on my channel where we go over the mistakes you can make, and I also showed my own personal fail, so check it out. Starting ahead, I'll say that this design at the end reminded me of seaweed in the ocean and how they sway with the waves. That's exactly how my imagination worked, which is quite strange, of course. We slowly move on to the most interesting part, revealing our design. We remove the excess material, and I have this narrow drill bit that is very convenient for thinning down the excess material because it doesn't cause any harm, which is very important. Next, we'll apply the glossy top coat from Edlin. I apply it in a thin layer without leveling because after using the drill, we still do some final adjustments with the file. I remove the natural nail to prevent any chips at the tip. I'm curious, when you see the final result, what's the first thing that comes to mind? What does it remind you of? Be sure to write in the comments, I'll gladly read them. Now I'm ready to show you the final result of this collaboration with Autumn Leaves. I think this design is suitable for any season. You can simply change the color palette and create different patterns according to your taste. It can't be denied that this is meticulous and time-consuming work, especially the process of drying the material as we apply it in just 10 seconds but let it dry for a minute. But in my opinion, the result is worth it. I also want to remind you that I have a video with a 3D rose on my channel, so go check it out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to share your impressions in the comments. And, of course, subscribe to the channel to not miss new and useful videos. The channel is still quite small and really needs your support, my friends. Well, I'm saying goodbye to you for a little while. And until we meet again, beauties.